My name is Benson Boone. I'm 18 years old, and I'm from Monroe, Washington.
Something just ain't right about that. At the same time, it doesn't quite feel...
Imagine this. You're on the stage of the biggest singing competition in the world. A panel of superstars is watching you, and one of them, a global pop icon, leans in and tells you that you have what it takes to win the entire show. It's the dream of a lifetime, the golden ticket. For a young guy named Benson Boone, this was his actual reality on season 19 of American Idol. He was the frontrunner, the contestant with the story, the voice, and the momentum to go all the way. He sailed through auditions, crushed Hollywood Week, and landed a spot in the top 24. And then, just as America was getting ready to vote, he was gone. No drama, no tearful goodbye. He just vanished. In this video, we're pulling back the curtain on one of the most confusing departures in Idol history. We'll reveal the exact words Benson Boone used to explain why he walked away from a guaranteed path to fame and made the riskiest bet of his life, a bet on himself. Before the lights of the American Idol stage ever found him, Benson Boone was just a kid from Monroe, Washington, born on June 25, 2002. He grew up in a busy house as the only boy with 4 sisters. Life wasn't about vocal coaching and stage presence. It was about family, faith, and sports. For most of his youth, Benson's focus wasn't on music, but on the diving board and the tennis court. The idea of him becoming a singer was practically non-existent because, by his own admission, he didn't really sing seriously. That all changed in his junior year of high school. When his friend's band needed a singer for a battle of the bands, they asked Benson to step in. It was a casual, low-stakes gig, but when Benson got behind the microphone, something just clicked. He wasn't just singing, he was performing, connecting with the crowd, and discovering a part of himself he never knew was there. He said that he had only been singing seriously for about a year before his life changed forever. That new passion quickly found a home on TikTok. While others were doing dance challenges, Benson started posting raw clips of himself singing, usually just in his car or his bedroom. There was no fancy production, just his voice. A voice with a surprising amount of soul and a raspy tone that felt both powerful and real. And the internet took notice. His videos started going viral, one after another. He wasn't just singing covers, he was making them his own. By early 2021, before his American Idol audition ever aired, Benson Boone had already built a massive and loyal fan base, with his TikTok following soaring past 1.7 million. In a very modern way, he was already a star. He just hadn't been on TV yet. Season 19 of American Idol premiered in February 2021, and into the spotlight walked Benson Boone. He wasn't slick or over-rehearsed. He came across as a genuine, charismatic, and slightly goofy kid from Washington. For his audition, he sang Punchline by Aiden Martin, an emotional ballad that required more than just a good voice to pull off. The moment he started singing, the judges, Lionel Richie, Katy Perry, and Luke Bryan, were hooked. This wasn't just another hopeful. This was an artist. His performance was raw and powerful. When he finished, the praise was instant. But it was Katy Perry who said the one thing that would define his time on the show. First, she smiled and said, "They're gonna swoon over Benson Boone." But then she looked him right in the eye and made a bold prediction. "I see you winning American Idol if you want to." Let that sink in. A superstar and lead judge on the most famous talent show in the world just told a contestant the competition was his to lose. This instantly made him the one to watch. The media ran with it. Benson Boone was no longer just some talented kid from TikTok. He was the frontrunner, handpicked by Katy Perry herself. He got his golden ticket to Hollywood, but it felt more like a coronation. Hollywood Week is designed to be a pressure cooker, weeding out contestants who can't handle the strain. Many who shine in auditions end up crumbling. But for Benson Boone, it was just another chance to prove Katy Perry right. He moved through each challenge with a quiet confidence that was impressive for someone with so little experience. He aced the genre challenge and was a great partner in the duets. With every performance, the hype grew. He wasn't just getting by, he was getting better. He consistently delivered powerful, emotional vocals, showing a natural talent for performance. The judges continued to praise his raw ability and authenticity. He was the total package, a great backstory, a huge social media following, undeniable talent, and the clear support of the judges. This all led to the showstopper round, the last performance before the live shows. Benson delivered again, sealing his spot in the top 24. This is the moment every contestant dreams of. It's the gateway to the live shows where America finally gets to vote. For Benson, it felt like the prophecy from his audition was coming true. He had passed every test and was on the verge of becoming a household name. The top 24 of American Idol. Season 19 was announced, and Benson Boone was at the top of everyone's list. He was the frontrunner, the viral sensation, the one to beat. His win felt almost inevitable. And then something weird happened. When the show returned for the next round, host Ryan Seacrest made a brief, casual announcement. Benson Boone was no longer in the competition. There was no dramatic exit, no tearful goodbye video. He was just gone. On TV, the show moved on. But for viewers, it was a confusing moment. The internet exploded with theories. Was he disqualified? Was there a family emergency? Did the pressure get to him? The silence from both the show and from Benson only added to the mystery. Of course, a top 24 needs 24 people. To fill the empty spot, the show brought back Annalie List, a talented singer who had just missed the cut. It was a huge break for her, but a baffling moment for the audience. The show had lost its presumed winner before a single vote was ever cast. The chosen one was gone, and no one knew why. After his sudden exit, fans were left guessing. But eventually, Benson decided to set the record straight in a candid interview on The Zach Sang Show. His explanation wasn't about drama or pressure, it was about his future. He cut right to the chase, saying, "The reason I quit American Idol is because I wanted to do music. I don't want to be in a position where people are like, 'Oh, Benson Boone, the American Idol kid blew him up.' No," he went on. "I want to be Benson Boone because I write smash hits and they love my music." This was incredibly insightful. He understood that winning Idol guarantees fame, but it also comes with a label that can be hard to shake. He didn't want his story to be about a TV show discovering him. He wanted his story to be about his own music. Then came the most shocking part of his explanation. At the time he made this huge decision, he was a total beginner in the one area that mattered most for his new plan. As he told Zach Sang, "I literally had not written a song when I was on American Idol." Think about that. He walked away from the biggest stage in the world to bet on his ability to write hits, a skill he hadn't even started to learn. He was choosing the terrifying blank page of a songwriter over the perfectly produced stage of a performer. He explained that he's always been a risk-taker, someone who thrives on uncertainty. He saw two paths. One was safe and predictable, the other was a total unknown, but it offered a destination that would be entirely his own. He chose the unknown. Crucially, he had the support of his parents, Nate and Carrie. At first, they were confused, but once he explained that he wanted to build a career on his own terms, they understood. Their belief in him gave him the confidence to follow through. The mystery was solved. Benson Boone didn't crack under pressure. He made a strategic, high-stakes bet on himself. Walking away from Idol was a huge risk, but now he had to prove he could make it on his own. He went right back to TikTok, sharing his journey and, more importantly, the new songs he was starting to write. He was building his new artistic identity in public, bringing his millions of followers along with him. His talent didn't go unnoticed. He soon found a powerful mentor, Dan Reynolds, the frontman of Imagine Dragons. Reynolds saw what the Idol judges saw, but also understood Benson's desire for creative control. He signed Benson to his label, Night Street Records, in partnership with Warner Records. This gave Benson major label resources while keeping him in a creatively supportive environment. With a record deal in hand, it was time to deliver on his promise to write smash hits. On October 15, 2021, less than 6 months after leaving Idol, he released his debut single, Ghost Town. It was a powerful, haunting ballad about leaving painful memories behind. The song was an instant success. It shot onto the Billboard Hot 100 and charted in over a dozen countries. It eventually earned a platinum certification in the United States. This wasn't just a hit, it was a statement. The bet had paid off. The guy who walked away from the sure thing had just created a sure thing all by himself. Ghost Town was just the beginning. Benson followed it up with more hits, including In the Stars, a heartbreaking tribute that also charted on the Billboard Hot 100 and went platinum in the U.S. He was proving he was more than a one-hit wonder. But in early 2024, Benson released a song that launched him into a different stratosphere. Beautiful Things. The track was a masterpiece, starting as a gentle ballad about gratitude before exploding into a massive rock anthem. It became a global phenomenon, the soundtrack to countless videos online celebrating life's best moments. The numbers for Beautiful Things are staggering. It peaked at number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 in the U.S. and topped the charts in countries all over the world, including the UK, Australia, and Canada. The song also spent multiple weeks at number 1 on the Billboard Global 200 chart and has been certified multi-platinum in the U.S. This success led to his debut album, Fireworks and Rollerblades, released in April 2024, which debuted at number 6 on the Billboard 200 chart. The awards and nominations started rolling in. He was nominated for Best Push at the 2023 MTV EMAs, and by 2024 was nominated for major awards at the MTV VMAs, including Best New Artist. Perhaps the ultimate validation came in June 2024, when he was chosen by Taylor Swift to be an opening act for her record-breaking Eras tour at London's Wembley Stadium. 3 years earlier, he walked away from a TV show because he didn't want its label defining him. Now, he was on one of the world's biggest stages, invited by the world's biggest artist, purely because of the music he created himself. He wasn't Benson Boone, the kid from American Idol. He was Benson Boone, the artist who wrote Beautiful Things. The story of Benson Boone and American Idol is more than just music trivia. It's a masterclass in conviction and betting on yourself. He was handed a path to fame that thousands dream of, and he made the calculated choice to give it back. He traded the certainty of a contestant's crown for the uncertainty of an artist's journey. Today, with multiple platinum hits, a global #1 smash, and the respect of his peers, it's clear that Benson Boone's gamble wasn't just a success. It was one of the smartest and most inspiring moves in recent music history. He proved that sometimes the best way to win it all is to walk away and create your own game from scratch. What do you think of Benson's incredible decision? Was it bravery or madness at the time? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this story, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more deep dives you won't want to miss. Thanks for watching.